Hello friends, my name is Willow and I am always wondering why. I'm sure you are too. I'm here to talk about all things true crime. I will discuss a case and hopefully get your thoughts on it. Always a curious little one, but I'm sure you are too. Disclaimer: the following presentation is for mature audiences. It contains graphic descriptions of crime scenes, adult dialogue, and strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Hi, how are you guys all doing today? Good, I hope. Today I'm going to tell you a story about money, love, jealousy, reality TV, fame, domestic violence, murder, and suicide. This story has a bit of everything, just without the happily ever after. So, depending on how old you are when reality TV started taking off with shows like Survivor, American Idol, and The Osbournes, it was the early 2000s. My God, am I getting old. Producers were looking to pump out these reality shows and their spin-offs when Megan Hauserman, a former Playboy model, and her partner Alan Scooter Zackheim, who appeared on season 3 of the WB-CW reality competition Beauty and the Geek season 3, earning them $250,000, Megan continued her reality TV career by joining Rock of Love with Bret Michaels season 2. With her gorgeous looks and great personality, she quickly became a fan favorite, and she was swiftly offered a show of her own called Megan Wants to Marry a Millionaire. VH1 put out a casting notice for Megan. It called for single men of the highest pedigree with a net worth of $1 million or more. Ads were placed on radio stations, and casting producers threw wild parties at nightclubs looking for qualified and telegenetic candidates. They found 32-year-old real estate developer Ryan Jenkins in Las Vegas, where he won the team over with his cocky charm. Christopher Catalano, the senior casting director for 51 Street Productions, stated that Ryan Jenkins had one of the best personalities on this planet. He was intriguing, and he knew it. He wasn't the best looking guy in the world, but he just had this charisma to him, and there was no standardized testing for potential reality TV contestants back then. Each company had their own vetting style. 51 Minds hired Collective Intelligence, a private investigation firm, to handle the background checks on Jenkins and the other contestants. Collective Intelligence does not do background checks outside of the United States, so it outsourced the vetting of Jenkins to Straight Line. Straight Line failed to do an RCMP background check on Ryan Jenkins, which missed Jenkins being convicted 2 years earlier for assaulting a woman in Calgary. In 1999, he had also went to a previous girlfriend's residence and broke a picture on the wall when he saw her there with another man, the Calgary Herald had reported. He was charged with break and enter, but pleaded out to mischief causing property damage, receiving a conditional sentence of 15 months, which included counseling for sex addiction, domestic violence, plus 80 hours of community service. The criminal record had not been disclosed to 51 Minds or VH1 or Megan Wants a Millionaire. This incident would cause a more in-depth search and background check for reality shows in the future. Omitting some good contestants, I probably would have been omitted myself, but hopefully preventing what happened from ever happening again. Now, the second person in this story is Jasmine Fiore. Jasmine Fiore was born Jasmine LEPORE in 1981. Her parents divorced when she was 8 years old, and she grew up riding horses in the Santa Cruz Mountains and then became a model. The beautiful 28-year-old Jasmine Fiore was a swimsuit model who frequently worked as a body-painted model at parties for entertainment, and she had appeared in shows at Las Vegas casinos. Fiore had acted in commercials such as adult chat line commercials. She really wanted to be famous. Jasmine Fiore had also obtained a real estate license and was about to open a gym and personal training center. Many would say she was an ambitious girl and was absolutely stunning with these huge blue eyes and long blonde hair. She was destined for success. Friends remembered her as fun-loving, funny, down-to-earth woman who could be glamorous or go camping. She loved to work on her rooftop garden at her apartment. Fiore had met the Canadian-born Ryan Jenkins at a Las Vegas casino shortly after Jenkins had completed filming Megan Once a Millionaire. 2 days later, on March 18, 2009, the pair then married at the Little White Wedding Chapel on the Las Vegas Strip. Who doesn't get married there, right? There are some unsubstantiated rumors that the wedding was for a green card for Ryan, that he was supposed to deposit 10 grand into her account, but nobody has been able to prove this one. 1 month later, in June, Ryan Jenkins was charged in Clark County, Nevada with constituting domestic violence for hitting Fiore in the arm. Travis Heinrich, Fiore's ex-fiance, who was present, said Jenkins and Fiore had been arguing over her friendship with him, which resulted in Jenkins hitting Fiore's arm and knocking her into a nearby swimming pool, completely clothed. How embarrassing. Jasmine pressed charges and the couple took a break. Jenkins' trial was set for December. Fiore's self-described BFF, David TOWAPETYIAN, I'm sorry if I mispronounce that, David, who runs an automotive shop in Vegas, said Jasmine had told him that she had finally met the perfect man and she was so in love, but that love faded so quickly after Ryan was charged. Jasmine said that he was violent and did not want to be with him anymore. Ryan would say that he loved Jasmine very much, but she doesn't want to be with me. Ryan went to Mexico to film I Love Money 3. Well, Jasmine hit the single life up in Vegas, where she always had been a hit, but Jasmine had always been looking for true love. Jasmine had a lot of male friends because sometimes female friends aren't the best when you're a beautiful girl and you're motivated. I find that a lot of girls get off on bringing down their friends. That's just been my experience with some girlfriends, and I mean girls that are not friends. I am not saying all girls are like that. I just seem to hear a story from every girl on how their best friend totally did something to sabotage or bring them down or turn on them when they needed them most. I am very lucky to have some amazing girlfriends. Hi, my girls, you know who you are. I grew up with my dad always telling me to have a friend, you have to be a friend. So I always try to bring up my friends. Ryan wrote Jasmine an email dated July 27, 2009 that professed true and everlasting love. If you came back to me and stop all the craziness, we could have a wonderful life. Your forgiveness, trust, and loyalty is all I need right now. And when your love for me grows and our lives are heading in the right direction, I'll truly feel complete, Jenkins wrote. I will never leave you. I only want you. The pair reconciled shortly before Fiore's death, and they were reportedly traveling to San Diego for a poker game. Lisa Lepore, Fiore's mother, claims that the two fought frequently and that Jenkins had been jealous of Fiore's friendships with her ex-boyfriends or any guy that paid attention to her. How could you not? She's gorgeous. Regardless that she is stunningly jealous, how could you not? She's gorgeous. Regardless that she's stunning. Jealousy is one of the ugliest traits. Lepore also claimed that the marriage was annulled in May 2009, meaning that the marriage had only lasted 3 months, but there is no record of any annulment. It turned out that this wasn't Jasmine's first marriage. She had had a first marriage few people knew about to a man named Mike Cardozi. Cardozi ended up spending time in jail for felony drug charges. Just days before she was killed, Jasmine and her mother drove Cardozi's mother to the prison to pick him up on his release day. Now, I'm a little off topic here. I'm a Canadian girl and I don't understand the difference between felony and misdemeanor charges in the States. If someone could explain that to me in the comment section, I would be so happy. Dan Jenkins, Ryan Jenkins' father, said that Fiore was his son's only friend in California and that she would disappear for days at a time and lie to his son. Parents being parents, always seeing the best in their kids. Like they have these shiny halos on their heads. But who can blame them? You don't want to picture your child doing anything wrong. Jenkins and Fiore checked into the La Roger Hotel in Del Mar, San Diego on August 13, 2009. They were there to attend the charity poker tournament I was talking about before. Fiore and Jenkins left the Hilton about 2:30 a.m. on the morning of August 14, 2009. The couple were later seen at the Ivy Hotel, a nightclub in downtown San Diego. At 4:30 a.m., Jenkins returned to the hotel. Jasmine Fiore was never seen alive again. Fiore's body was discovered but not yet identified on Saturday, August 15, 2009. Her badly beaten and crushed body was discovered inside a suitcase in a dumpster in an alley in Buena Park, California. All of her fingers and teeth had been removed before her nude body was then stuffed into the suitcase to slow down the identification. She had also been strangled. On August 18th, her remains were identified using the serial numbers from her breast implants. Jasmine was a fighter and did not go down easily. When the police found her Mercedes-Benz, it showed blood splatter and swirl marks. The Mercedes was found in the parking lot of a bank next to a Trader Joe's, about a mile from where Fiore lived with Jenkins. We definitely know there was a struggle between two parties in the vehicle because of the swipes and the motions from the blood evidence. The imprints of arms and hands, which were found in the back windshield, passenger seat, and on the back seat of her car, Sergeant Roger Powell said. Powell had also said that the blood evidence in the car was consistent with her injuries, including a broken nose, but said there was no indication of dismemberment. Detectives believe Jenkins brought Fiore and stuffed her naked body into a suitcase in the hotel room and then carried their clothes out. The only suspect was her husband, Ryan Jenkins. Jenkins had filed a missing persons report the evening of August 14th. Can you imagine having the gall to do that? On the first floor patio of their first level suite at the L'Auberge Hotel Del Mar, because some of Fiore's blood and hair were found there. When Ryan reported her missing, he told police that around 9 p.m. Fiore had dropped him off after a night of poker and ran to do some errands. On August 16, 2009, the day after reporting Fiore missing, and after spending some time packing, Jenkins left their penthouse for the last time. Police said he then left Los Angeles and went to Nevada to pick up his speedboat. When contacted by the police, Jenkins lied and said he was in Utah and was headed to Canada to deal with some immigration issues. Nice time to go deal with immigration issues when your wife is missing. Some people are just so stupid. I just decided now is the time to go take care of some stuff in a different country, so have fun looking for my wife. Good luck, I hope you find her. And they think people will believe them. It's sick. On August 18th, Fiore's body was identified by the serial number on her breast implants, and the murder was first reported to the media. On August 19th, Jenkins called his father from Birch Bay, who informed him that Fiore's body had been found murdered. At the time, Jenkins was the only person of interest in the investigation and had not been charged, though Canadian authorities had been alerted to watch for him. The Whatcom County Sheriff's Department received witness reports of Jenkins' black BMW SUV towing a boat towards the Canadian border. Police later found the BMW SUV and an empty boat trailer at the marina in Blaine, Washington, with the engine still warm. U.S. Coast Guard and U.S. Customs and Border Protection did confirm they had boats patrolling the northwest Washington waters looking for Jenkins as early as Wednesday, August 19th. Initial media reports were that the U.S. Coast Guard and Canadian authorities chased Jenkins' speedboat as it crossed Point Roberts, but these reports were later denied by officials. On August 19th, a man matching Jenkins' description was seen piloting his boat into a marina in the border town of Point Roberts, where Jenkins' stepmother lives. On August 20th, Jenkins was finally charged with Fiore's murder, and an arrest warrant was issued also on the same morning. On August 20th, Jenkins and an unknown female checked into the Thunderbird Motel for 3 nights. The unknown female was driving a silver PT Cruiser, and Ryan had waited in the car while she checked in for 3 nights. She stayed for about 20 minutes talking to Ryan in the room and then left. RCMP have refused to identify her and described her as a person of interest in the case who knew him previously. The manager said that he looked exhausted and had lost so much weight that he didn't even recognize him from being on TV. On August 23rd, the manager checked the room because he hadn't seen any activity, nor had the guest checked out. When the manager opened the door, he saw Jenkins hanging from the clothing rack in the closet. He had committed suicide, took the coward's way out. No note was left except for a 1-page note saved on his computer titled Last Will and Testament. Ryan took absolutely no blame for Jasmine Fiore's death, countlessly reciting the ways he profoundly loved her and how many times he disapproved of her. He believed she was unfaithful and she was the cause of the way the media portrayed him. I feel his own actions made the media dislike him, and I mean really dislike him in the nicest way possible. Who likes somebody that kills their own wife and then takes their own life so they don't have to deal with the consequences? He doesn't even get those weirdo chicks that rape prisoners and worship Manson and all the other serial killers. Creepy. The small thread of decency Ryan Jenkins had was to apologize to his family for what he had put them through. And I hope he meant his whole family, Jasmine's included. Baby steps, well, no more steps for him. I feel for Jasmine's family and friends because she was turning a corner in her life. She had shut down her modeling website. She had moved from Las Vegas to Los Angeles, where she had gotten her real estate license. She wanted to become a broker. She also had changed her name to Jasmine KINKADE to separate herself from her past and her personal trainer certification to open a gym with a friend and business partner. She had so many hopes and dreams, and they were taken away from her by the one person who is supposed to protect her and love her. I also feel bad for Ryan's family, because how do you mourn for someone you loved so much that did such a terrible act to someone that they loved? His father has been struggling to come to terms with the accusation against his son and believes he was corrupted by the Hollywood lifestyle. If my son was guilty, he was crazy. He was not the boy we knew. The boy we knew was not capable of anything remotely close to this act. I actually know one of Ryan Jenkins' ex-girlfriends, and she said something pretty profound to me during this time. She had said that it takes two to fight, and Ryan had certain sexual predilections, but she never ever saw a temper. It's true, it does take two. So I don't know what set him off. Just before this, Ryan Jenkins had been competing on season 3 of I Love Money, which never aired, but supposedly Jenkins won. In between the time that he killed Jasmine and an arrest warrant was issued for him, he had tried to pick up the money, but I'm not sure exactly how that works when you win a reality TV show. I keep trying for The Bachelorette, but they don't want me, I guess. The only good thing that came from this is now there is a stopgap put in place for all reality shows. Not that every system is foolproof. Let's just hope that nothing else like this ever happens again. If Jenkins was never accepted onto the reality show, he may never have wooed Fiore into marriage after 2 days, and this situation may have never happened. I feel that this had more to do with jealousy and distrust than anything else. Well, my friends and fellow wanderers, I'm going to sign off for tonight. I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and staying safe. It's a scary world out there, and you never really know somebody. Remember to never stop wondering or asking why. I love you all. Thank you for the support. See you next week.